Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and we got a doozy of an episode today because James Charles just posted this video. It's titled, Things I Regret Buying Since Becoming an Influencer. And I guess you could say as a personal finance enthusiast myself, we're going to be looking through his expenditures, and then I'm going to criticize what I disagree with because this is the internet and I'm sitting behind a computer screen able to say pretty much whatever I want. So you know what? I'm going to do my best to be as objective as possible here and really break down exactly what he regrets buying. So with that said, guys, how about this? You can't regret smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And with that said, let's see the things that James Charles regrets spending money on. Enjoy.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys, for today's video, I am so beyond excited because we're going to be chit-chatting, taking a little trip down memory lane, and also getting a little bit shady as well, because I want to talk to you guys all about the different things that I regret buying since becoming an influencer.
Oh my god, the sound effects. It's like every second there's like a new sound effect and a clicking sound and the cha-ching sound and the lights dim and it's just so dramatic. We're 15 seconds in and it's like we've just put on a horror movie.
My friend Alicia Marie uploaded a video like this a couple of weeks ago and I thought it was really interesting to watch her go through different things that she's bought in over the past couple of years and talked about how she wished she had.
Oh gosh, it's all stuff that I would basically just never buy to begin with. Just like this designer clothing. I don't get the appeal of it. H&M. Everything is the same at H&M. This shirt's like 10 bucks. It's like 15, whatever. And it lasts me years versus some like Gucci shirt that you put on, it's like half ripped, there's writing on it, it goes out of style so fast.
When somebody gets famous or shoots into the spotlight really quickly as like an influencer or a celebrity, usually a lot of money comes with that as well, which is a super exciting time because of course you now have access to all these fun, luxurious things that you didn't have in the past. Houses, cars, jewelry, bags, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's not about that though, it's about flexing on the internet. That's what it's about. Listen, there's one thing that works well on all parts of YouTube, and it's flexing. It blows my mind. But seriously, like, you could go and give a house tour, nobody cares about it unless it's worth like $5-10 million, and then people lose their mind over it. So I gotta say, when you get an audience, there becomes a point where it's like, okay, the algorithm likes flexing, it works, and flexing makes you even more money. So it's like, why wouldn't you flex if flexing increases your income and people just watch it? So that's the cycle of YouTube.
I'm really lucky that I've always had a great team around me that have helped me make smart financial decisions and investments. But that being said,
See, I don't know for him if it's like having a good team around him or if it's the fact that he's just making so much money. He could blow it left and right. He could literally sit there with the fireplace and just throw $100 bills into the fireplace like all day long, and he would still make more money than what he's burning. But point being, beyond a certain point, like he could buy Lambos every day, it's not gonna move the needle. It's like an average person be like, ooh, I spent a penny today.
Whoops, I shouldn't have done that.
That's what it's like for James Charles. He's gotta be making bank.
So the first thing that I really want to talk to you about today, oh god, this is gonna pain me, but I need to include it in this video, is the classic. The thing that every influencer has in their closet.
Oh, it's gotta be Gucci something. I guarantee it's Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Supreme.
At some point, the Cartier Love Bracelet.
Oh gosh, why? Listen, I never got these bracelets. It looks like you should go in there with like a flathead screwdriver and just go in and just like unscrew all these things. That's the only thing that I want to do when I see these bracelets.
This cost me a whopping $6,000.
Wow. This is just price gouging. Let's call it for what it is. I mean, this is literally the stupidest thing that you could spend money on. And somehow they've managed to find a way to market it well enough that people spend money on it. Blows my mind.
Does that have like diamonds on it?
Nope, it's literally just white gold. You know the worst part about it? I do have the full diamond one.
How much is that?
$56,000. Yeah.
Oh gosh, 56 grand. But you know what? I would hope they would keep their value. How's that? You spend 56 grand, you sell it for 50. So you lose 6K. It's not like he's losing all $56,000. He still has the bracelet.
The number 2 item on this list, oh my god, this pains me to even have this item in my hands, but I need to do this. That would be the Balenciaga sock shoes.
The Balenciaga sock shoes. I don't know how that trend became a thing, but all of a sudden these sock shoes became like popular, and those shoes are so expensive. To me, they look like you could go to Payless and buy the same things for like $30. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal with this.
They cost $700 each.
You know what? I should really come out with my own shoes. I mean, I would get sued up the wazoo, but come out with like a shoe like that and just like Sharpie in, just write in Balenciaga, but spell it like a little bit off and just sell it because that's what you're paying for. You may as well go in on your own shoes, get a pair of sneakers, unbranded, and write just Gucci on the side. I guarantee someone would see that and be like, whoa, that's the new Gucci shoe. Where can I get one of those? And you'll be like, well,
You can't afford them.
sorry. It's limited edition, one of one. And I guarantee people would lose their minds.
I unfortunately wore them for about 2 years straight.
Are those the exact ones?
No, the original ones are in the garbage because they officially, the toe separated from the bottom of the shoe. That's how often I wore them.
And those are your second pair and they still look like
Oh, Trevor, these are like my 5th pair.
But you know what? He's wearing them. It's not like something he bought once. He's like,
Well, I've never worn them before.
he wore them for 2 years to the point where they're disintegrating, they're falling apart, which really goes to show you either how much he wears the shoes or the lack of quality in the shoes. Because I guarantee you're not going to buy Tod's. Now, Tod's are they're a high-end shoe. They're very expensive, but I guarantee you wear their dress shoes, they're not going to be falling apart after 2 years.
I want to switch to a different category and talk a little bit about tech. Now, you guys know that I am obsessed with technology and production. Well, actually, I don't really know if...
Be funny if he talked about tech lead and the that million token. Jeez.
I just love trying to make my videos as pretty as they can possibly be. One thing that I really regret buying, the Canon 1DX Mark II. And with the lens attached to it, this entire setup cost me about $10,000.
I've had the same camera since I started making YouTube videos that I bought used on eBay because it was cheaper. I think the camera was like $600. The lens, I don't know, $500. I'm in $1,100 on the same camera that I've used for almost 5 years now. Goes to show you, you don't have to spend $10,000 on a nice camera. You could just spend whatever you want to budget for, and then that's it. It's good enough.
We used this camera for about, I would say 6 months. And then literally one day I remember watching my YouTube video and being like, this looks bad. This looks like busted, crusted, dusted, and rusted. And it literally was $6,000 more than my other camera. Like, why? And then literally
You could sell it. Sell it, make some of your money back. I don't know why he's holding on to it. Listen, how about this? I'll offer you $1,000 for the camera. Right now, cash. So James, if you want me to pay you cash, I'll drive to your place, I'll give you cash, $1,000 for the camera right now. Let's make a deal.
All right, you guys, so the next item, or items rather, it's not even really an item, it's more of like a phase in my life that I really regret. My James Charles custom outfits phase. Before I talk about this, I wanna make it really clear that I'm not including this because the clothes were bad.
Oh gosh, is that a Halloween outfit?
The designers that made these pieces, they worked really hard on them. The quality is like good for a lot of them too, so that's not the reason why they're in here. The reason why they're in here is because I love Coachella. The first time that I went to Coachella was in—
Oh, I thought for a second it was like, okay, that's a 4th of July outfit. That's maybe not something you wear to the desert, but I don't get Coachella fashion. People show up there and they wear the most ridiculous outfits. Goes over my head. I don't get it.
2018, and I wanted to do something controversial and fun, so I worked with the designer Brian Hearns on making a lot of really cool custom pieces for the festival.
I don't know, I see that and I'm like, it's missing half the fabric. Like, I can't imagine a designer being like, okay, we're gonna take a pair of pants, but we're just gonna remove 50% of it. Just one leg. And somebody saw this and was like, that's a great idea. Wow, revolutionary. You're like such a genius. This is like a new vision. It's like taking the shirt and be like, all right, we're just gonna clothe half of you. That's the style. And somehow people think that's a good idea. Now, I'll hand it to him. It's memorable. It's not something that you're gonna forget because it's so unique. But I look at everything from a functionality standpoint. Is that that would get cold. I'll say it. I get cold.
The problem is, after making the worst dress list time and time again, and spending like $2,500 to like $4,000 on each one of these outfits,
it's just weird stuff. That's all it is. It's unusual. But I think, you know what? If the goal is to get someone's attention, like what is that? Should I be wearing glasses? Is that what I think? Then he's doing a good job. But if it's something that's like, wow, that's really well dressed, it's put together, that's a good outfit. I don't know. I honestly think one of my favorite aesthetics or designers that, again, way out of my league, but I think Tom Ford really does such a great job with his clothing. I think it's timeless, it's sophisticated, it's still kind of modern at the same time. Tom Ford does a great job with pretty much everything he does. It really does make a statement, but everything else, I just don't get it.
After spending, if I had to do the math, I would probably say around like $75,000 on different custom looks over the...
Who's in the background? It's like, whoa, whoa, oh my God. That's what we need, Jack. We gotta have like you in the background, just agreeing with what I have to say all the time. Be like,
Yeah, Graham, that's really good. That's a good point, Graham.
let's like cheer me on in the middle of a video.
Yeah, Graham, that's good. Keep saying that.
I don't know.
First thing that I knew I wanted to include in this video as soon as we thought of it, and that is my size 35 black with palladium hardware Hermes Birkin bag.
Aren't those good investments though? Like those bags should be like $30,000, $40,000, but they go up in value. It's like buying yourself a stock. Like going investing in Apple would be the same thing as buying one of these bags.
This bag cost me $22,500.
Jeez. Yeah.
I really wish that I did not buy this. I became obsessed with the idea of like, okay, if all these rich and famous people have like a Birkin, I need a Birkin so I can fit in with the club and feel like I'm a part of, you know, the group.
All right, we're going to eBay. We're gonna type in Birkin bag. Let's see how much these Birkin bags is. I spelt it wrong. Not bad, look at this. $10,500. So it's half the price. So that bag obviously did not go up in value. That was a bad investment.
I should be able to technically resell this for a very, very similar amount of money, if not maybe even a slight profit, because these do go up in value over time because they only make a certain amount of bags a year. The problem though, and why I cannot sell this bag is because, will you pan the camera down for me a little bit? You have to take like really, really good care of these, okay? And when I set my Birkin bag on the table, that's what...
Wait, what? So when he puts his bag on the table, it does what a bag is supposed to do. It sits there and it kind of like leans. So because he used it for its intended purpose, it's not worth that anymore. Again, this is some silly stuff.
For this last item, you guys, we have to take a lovely trip upstairs and outside for one of my biggest regrets.
I love his house though. I gotta say, the fact that he has a studio down there in his basement, I am envious of his entire setup here. It is just, it's flawless.
For this last and final item, you guys, we have to head outside. It is...
What? I love that. I love that car. It looks gorgeous.
I think I bought this car for $126,000, which is a lot of money. And to be fair, it comes with a lot of great features. It's a beautiful looking car. It's electric, obviously. We have the screen, so many different things, autopilot, like it makes sense to me. But the amount of times that I've had to bring this into the shop really does outweigh the amount of money that I spent on it and makes it onto this list in the first place.
He's James Charles. You shouldn't be having to bring it into the shop. Listen, I had an issue with the Tesla, and I posted a video, just a little mention of it, and guess what? Someone from Tesla saw the video, they reached out to me, and they sent someone over to the house to fix it like a few days later. The customer service was incredible. I was blown away at like how good they were, how efficient they were, and like helping me solve the issues. I feel like for James Charles, how are they not just going to his house and fixing this?
The worst part by far about this car is the charging. Now, I'm not talking about in general. The charging is not accurate. Do you see how on my dashboard it says 158 miles?
Oh yeah, gosh, I hate that. That is my one pet peeve about the Tesla, is that I don't trust the mileage at all. I'll fully charge the car like 220 something miles, and I'm lucky to get maybe 130, 140 out of that. Now, part of that is my own problem, because I put like 21-inch really cool rims on the car. That impacts gas mileage. That impacts the range. But what they don't tell you with the Tesla is, like, if you drive it any faster than a grandma, your mileage is going to go down. If you use the heater or the air conditioning, your mileage is going to go down. If you're driving like a normal human being, it just subtract 20% off of whatever you think you could get. It lies. I wish there's a way to more accurately gauge this instead of just estimating it very loosely.
We have left the house on a full battery charge and are literally on the freeway on the way home with all the windows open, the AC completely off, the screen brightness down to 0, music not playing, phones unplugged from the charger, trying to conserve as much battery as we possibly can because we're literally on the freeway with 1% battery.
It's so scary.
Praying that we make it home.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. Every Tesla owner has been in that position once before. I remember getting to a charging station with 1 mile left on the range, and it was at 1 mile for like 5 miles. I just was driving downhill. I was doing everything I could just to make it to the charger. It was terrible.
Like I said in the intro, there's nothing wrong with spending your hard-earned money on things that you love and that make you happy, but at the same time, it is really, really important to make smart financial decisions, invest your money wherever you can, and don't follow trends just because it's the popular thing to do.
All right, guys, so I do remember one thing that I regret buying, okay? And this is where I cheaped out. I went on eBay and I wanted to get another Sigma lens, like the lens I'm using here. I just wanted to buy another one. And I was bidding on a lens that was like, wow, this is pretty cheap. I could save like $70. And I got this lens and it came in. And then I realized that it doesn't fit the camera. It's not for a Canon. It's for like some other camera that nobody uses. And I tried to sell it and like no one was interested in this lens and it's been sitting in the box. So just had I spent a little bit more money, like $75, I could have gotten the brand new lens that would have fit the camera. Instead, I saved $75 and I spent like $400 and something on a lens that I can't sell. And basically it's not worthless, but it's for a Kodak. So is it Kodak? I don't know. I don't know. It's for a camera that nobody uses. But anyway, if, you know what? I'll put the lens up on the screen here. If anyone wants to buy this lens, it's $400. Just reach out to Alex right here. I'd love to get rid of it. But overall, you know, I have to say, listen, if these are James Charles's worst financial decisions, it's not that bad. And plus, if you actually think like the value lost from some of these things, I guarantee it's like 6 hours of his time. It just makes up for all of this. So for James Charles, he's doing a pretty good job financially. He's not making any horrible financial decisions, and all of these things really, it's not that bad. But you know what? I gotta say, it is really entertaining to see his point of view on this, and hopefully for you too. Provide some oh, wow. That almost, that was gonna be my worst financial decision if that fell on this. And anyway, I'll put that over here. So anyway, guys, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single, so if you want to be a part of it, link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.